Part 2 ending of the big one. No one is taking this well at all. The tension in the house is extremely high. I think my wife is paranoid about the way I've been acting. She's hurt due to the fact that I'm barely speaking to her, has said she's so sorry for destroying our family. I don't know what to say to her anymore. I accept she will not take the filing well. It's going to be done at work. Like I said, I'm not sure if I will go through with it. I want to judge her reaction and her actions post her being served. Maybe I will go through with it, who knows. She's not acting hostile in any way. I think she's very scared and worried. I have noticed she's purchased multiple affair books off Amazon and she reads it throughout the day. About the roommate thing. I have asked why to stay in a marriage if you're not physically attracted to me. I was met with I have nothing more to lose. If I wasn't physically attracted to you anymore, I wouldn't even be trying anymore. I love you not like a brother or roommate but as a husband. Even though I don't even have the right to after what I've done to you and our family. I was told that during the affair she enjoyed thinking of her encounters with the other man. Now all she wants to do is throw up and she's absolutely disgusted. She spends all her time researching about all of this to the point where I think it's getting unhealthy. I should be happy about it, but I just feel upset. She has said she wants to take me out to dinner on Valentine's Day if I'm okay with that. Should I even go? I mean, I have just filed for divorce and all without her knowledge. I am also starting to feel guilty about not letting her know. I think now she's starting to see what she did, but I can't let these actions determine our future yet. I love her, but I can't decide right now. So, she was served today at her workplace. I'm not proud of it. You can guess my phone was being blown up immediately of her texting, calling, getting her mother to call me, who is also pissed at her. She came home from work and was looking for me. To be honest, I was sitting in a parking lot just staring off into space. I didn't know how to feel. She's confessed to our children. She's been going to therapy, is acting apologetic. I still can't believe I filed. Feels so strange. WW said she is a screwed up person for what she put me and our children through and will do anything for reconciliation, but will give me the divorce if I want it. Since the other man is out of the picture, she wants to go to MC soon. I let her know I will be moving forward with the divorce and will observe her behavior. She's devastated. She is now looking to get antidepressants. I've never seen her cry so much. I wish I wasn't causing those tears, but she did put this upon herself. I'm not 100% sure I'm going through with the divorce. We did not also go out to Valentine's Day together. For the time being, I see us as roommates unless she can prove she's worthy to be my spouse. I'm starting to finally pick myself out of this darkness. I am in the 180 detachment part. It's been difficult, but I know I have to show her I can be happy without her. I told her I would prefer not to talk to her about the affair tonight. I felt as if I'm not in a good state of mind to have a productive discussion about it. I overheard her crying in the room she has been sleeping in for the time being. I think she is sorry, but I will need much more out of her if we're going to reconcile. She said if we divorce, she's refusing to take anything because she destroyed everything. It's been a tough day for both of us. I'm done with her crap. I texted her that most likely we're going to get a divorce, so let's sign the agreements and get the ball rolling. She blew up my phone again and I told her I'm not going to discuss this over text. I have now got a call from her sister saying that my wife told if it wasn't for our kids, she would want to be dead while sobbing. She doesn't blame me, she said she's just worried about her. I don't want to be mean to her, even though she was absolutely secretly cruel for 6 months straight. I wish I could make up my mind, but I want to take advantage of her not wanting anything for my own advantage. She did not make the comment to me. I don't think she wants to X herself. I know she wouldn't because she loves our kids. I have told the OM's wife that I filed. She thanked for me for telling her and thinks she might go down the same path, so yeah. She has said that she will do anything such as take a poly, go to therapy, go to MC, expose it to everyone, which has already been done. She said at first she missed the other man, now she doesn't miss him at all. Her only concern according to her is saving our marriage or making the divorce as easy as she can for me and our kids. She talked about weddings, graduations, for our kids, that she couldn't bear spending any of that with anyone else but me. I was told she did not say that to guilt me into she's just so disgusted that she destroyed the possibility of that and that our whole marriage now has a dark phase just because she was horribly selfish and disgusting. She has told me just to say the word and she'll quit her job just so she can focus all her time on fixing what she has destroyed. Now I am torn. She has done everything I have asked, but it's very difficult for me to look past this. I told her to her face I don't want her quitting cause she may need her job if we divorce. She is very panicky, has told me and her therapist that she is having trouble sleeping. I will ask my girls if they would like to go to a therapy session with her again. I don't want her to be messed up mentally if we divorce. People, if my wife was horrible or cruel to me before this, I wouldn't even be thinking about but she was the most unselfish person, honestly. She put everyone else first, including me. What she did was horrible, selfish, and disgusting to me and our family. We are doing a poly this week. The outcome of this may very well determine what happens in our relationship. For the time being, I have just been hanging out with our kids. Our teenagers have made this relatively easy on me. They are distant, angry with their mother. Our youngest has taken this the hardest, so I try to make it easier on her. Yesterday I decided to take all of us bowling. I asked my wife if she wanted to go and she seemed happy about the invite. I let her know this doesn't mean anything, it's just an outing with our kids. She said she'll take whatever she can get. So, we get there and have a relatively good time, until our youngest just started to bawl on the ride home, fearing the divorce and saying she doesn't want us to separate. Then my wife started to cry and said, "Honey, I treated your father and you and your sisters badly and I was very selfish. If we get a divorce, it's no one's fault but my own, so please don't blame your father or yourself." Damn, that hurt. It cut deep. My wife has been acting good so far, but I'm not diving into reconciliation just cause our daughter started crying. I'm so angry at my wife for doing this to our kids. My WW thanked me for a good time, hugged me, and then went into her room to cry. It's tough being the only male in the house. I'm not saying girls cry more or anything, but they do express their feelings more than men. Maybe I shouldn't have invited her. She is reading books and she has been going to individual counseling to deal with what she did. I could tell that comment really hit her hard. She called off of work sick today. I need way more time though. Polygraph is scheduled tomorrow and I told her we cannot go down that route if she wants to make admissions. She's swearing on everything that her coworker is the only one she's had slept with since us being together. She has said she wants to quit her job and is asking me if that's okay. Also going to be asking her if she wanted to leave me for the OM and has. She had contact with him since NC was initiated. Has also asked if she can move back to our bedroom. I told her no for the time being and she said she understands. I'm losing the urge to want to sleep with her. She just hurt all of us so bad, so I can't do that anytime soon. It is my birthday in a few days. She has offered to pay for a nice outing with me and our daughters, but has said she would love to come if it's okay. I told her I'm not sure if that's a good idea. Immediately started tearing up and said she understands. She also got me a $300 Amazon gift card and cried when she gave it to me. I told her to keep it and she is refusing too. I was thinking of just hanging out at home so she won't feel excluded, but I should be able to have fun. I already told her I don't want her to be around for my birthday. I will honestly take the offer she gave just to give our daughters a good time. They have had a super rough time dealing with this. I'm more concerned with them and don't want them to alienate them from their mother. Was OM ever at our home? No, passed. Do you still love OM? No, she passed. So, there was another question and there was an admission before we took the test. I asked if she had any contact with other man after no contact was initiated. She admitted she did a few days after NC because they both were agreeing that they love their spouses and want to work on their marriage. So, it was asked if had any contact with him after 3 days after NC was initiated. She said no and passed. I have to admit I was super nervous and probably more nervous than her. She started to bawl after she passed and that she's so sorry that she allowed our relationship to come to this. She asked if she could just hug me. I said okay and I appreciate her honesty. She hugged me and said she loves me, but I told her I'm still not sure what I want to do. To be honest, I was not expecting her to pass every single question, but she did break NC a few days after it was initiated. You know, I feel better only because this shows me our marriage before her affair wasn't a lie or a sham. If she failed one of those questions, I don't know how I would have reacted. She said NC was broken over the phone and did they not meet in person. I got angry, told her I didn't believe her and demand she does another poly for the questions regarding it. She also told me he's the one who initiated it. Wife has agreed to take another. Anyway, no, she's not in our bedroom. This is something that has been bothering her the most. As much as I would like to sleep with my wife like most married men, I believe she'll take it as validation that we're fixed now. She has said she has read some about that and believes we should start sleeping in the same bed again. Anyone sleep with their spouse when they were in limbo? Of course, this will only apply when she passes the poly. I believe she will, but hopefully I'm right. Was an interesting night yesterday, so she took another poly and did indeed pass the question. No contact was over the phone. He initiated. It wasn't talking about leaving their spouses. Well, we were all watching TV last night and all the kids went upstairs. She has been reading some stuff on C and said we should at least start being intimate again, no strings attached. So, she took that as an initiative to try to get me off, told her to stop and she did. I told her to stop using bonding to get to me. She said sorry, but we haven't done it a while and if there's no strings attached it is okay. I don't deserve you making love to me yet. At least let me get you off. So, we both high libido before this. Obviously she was one of the reasons I'm here. So, I made the mistake of taking her offer. After she was done, she asked if I could come to IC with her and also do MC and I said I'm sorry, but I don't know if we're ready for that yet because I don't know if we're going to reconcile. The tears are starting to form. She told me that every day she looks at herself in the morning in absolute disgust. She said she thinks of me and the kids hurting over her affair multiple hours a day. She has accepted that she will never forgive herself. She is crying now and telling me not to feel bad for her. She hates herself and she hates what she did. That she's a stupid cheating W who treated the best thing in her life like garbage. She said she doesn't know why she can't talk about this without crying. She then just starts crying into my lap, calling herself a selfish W, a home-wrecking, life-ruining trash. Also told me that please know even if you decide to divorce me, I will always love you. I will cherish our kids and every memory you gave me. You have made my life amazing beyond words, and if you leave me, I want you to know you're a wonderful husband, father, and man. She gave me a hug and just went upstairs. When she left, I just started to cry. I'm angry. Why does she say all these things yet she was dating this other man for 6 months? I want to believe she's sincere, I really do. I'm just so afraid of being hurt again. The encounter lasted about an hour, but that's the short summary. The whole asking me how she looked before she went to go see the other man. We talked about that when I went to that IC with her. Basically, she said in her words, in her screwed up and selfish mind, I somehow thought that was perfectly okay to ask because you weren't aware of my betrayal. The last thing I was thinking about was your feelings, and saying sorry is a complete understatement. But I'm absolutely sorry. She came to me today and told me she wanted to ask me something. I said okay. She thinks I have been suffering in silence and says she wants to do whatever she can to help me because I haven't been saying much. She's telling me maybe professional help will be good. She said she's worried about me because I have been losing weight from the stress. I told her I'm fine and just to not worry about it. Throughout this I haven't really had an appetite. It's starting to come back now. My wife told me she thinks we should follow a timeline of how long it takes for us to reconcile. She told me that recovering from infidelity could take up to 5 years, but that she would work for 100 if she had to. I kind of laughed at that. She just said she's worried about me and wants me to go to the doctor. That even if I divorce her, she is still going to care about my health and well-being. I guess that's good to hear. I told her I need space from her, so no more attempted initiation of bonding or anything, no more hugging. She said she will stop and admits she doesn't know what she should be doing. She's now aware of the term wayward spouse. Told me she's read threads about betrayed spouses and feels horrible for how much she's hurt me. She said she will always want to reconcile no matter what. She loves me and the kids more than anything else in the world. She just wants all of us to be happy someday. Still so confused, ugh. I went to her counselor with her. I think it was somewhat productive. She was actually able to talk without crying, and I feel she conducted herself like an adult. The counselor told me she talks a lot about me and the children, then again, she could just try to make her look good. I didn't have anything else to do and was curious if we could have productive discussions about our future. I told her nothing is set in stone and to not get her hopes up. She said she's looking forward to spending her life with me or co-parenting with me. I've kind of developed a new attitude. I was always nice and did whatever she wanted. Now I just kind of do what I want and she seems to be receptive towards it. Feels like I'm in control. She basically does whatever I ask. Been reading No More Mr. Nice Guy and have a general idea on how to behave for this relationship or future ones. Told me all she wants to do is to do whatever makes me happy and the children happy. What she did was disgusting and earth-shattering. But I don't know, I just feel better and more confident nowadays. Also told me she wouldn't blame me if I told my parents and she wants to do it herself. I am leaning towards reconciliation, but it would have to be on my terms. I would get to make all the decisions. But I can't offer her that yet until she proves with actions, not words. Yeah, I really do need an IC. She isn't getting anywhere with anything. My teenage daughters have confided in me that although they love their mother, they don't see themselves looking at her the same ever again. They held her in such high regard. Her family is pissed. She told my family today and they're pissed. Everyone is mad at her, really. If we are, she has to deal with the fact that I will never look at her the same as I used to. Our old marriage is dead and we would be building a new one. People here have suggested a post-nup. I told her I wanted one and she agreed. Told me the only thing she would want 50-50 on is custody. She will let me have the majority of our funds and assets. I don't think I should pass an opportunity like this up. I told her she's free to walk out the door and I won't hate her. If she doesn't feel like she can behave like a loving wife again, then I don't want to hold her back. She said our marriage is what she wants but knows it's not her choice. We will continue sleeping in separate beds. I had slept with her last night. I had too much to drink, not an excuse though. Didn't feel any emotional connection, just needed to let out some steam. We did not even kiss during it and I will not look outside of the marriage. Even told her to go to her own bed after. I'm guarding my heart heavy. She has kept her distance like I asked. I just went to her room and told her to follow. Hard having a HL and being around this female that I am attracted to is rough. So, no, she isn't getting away with anything. Everyone is pissed at her. I am admittedly not being that nice to her and she has agreed to a post-nup. Not being mean to her at all, but I'm guarding my heart here. She really doesn't want to agree with anything custody-wise in the post-nup. She thinks the kids should have 50-50 with both of us if we divorce. I see where she is coming from. She knows they will want to live with me, and if we divorce, I don't want to isolate them from their mother. I did get a laugh regarding the comment about spanking. Haha. And I haven't decided if I am staying yet. I am leaning towards it, but she has to know what she's getting into it. The marriage will never be like it was before. Even though I love her, I let her know that might not enough. She said she will do anything not to lose me in our marriage, and so far, she has. Something that worried me is that she gave me oral today and was talking dirty during it. And I thought about her with the OM, and during it I just told her to stop and I can't keep doing this right now. Told her I have thoughts about her doing all this with OM and she said she's sorry. Yes, I thought I was ready to start being intimate with her for the time being. Obviously, I'm not. I told her I don't want her initiating or starting anything. She has agreed. She only did it because I asked her to, told me she won't initiate, but if I ever wanted to just ask. She was getting pretty into it and I just started to feel upset and sick. Nothing has been decided. Just because I am leaning towards reconciliation does not mean I will do it. Sometimes I just think about taking advantage of her guilt and getting most of our assets if we divorce. She has given me space. I think she is genuinely trying to work through her issues. That doesn't mean that I forgive her for what she's done. I most likely never will. If we are, it will be a completely new relationship most likely. She has mentioned wanting to see a psych, telling me she doesn't understand why she did what she did and it horrifies her looking back at it and she's concerned. But the IC she believes has been helping her a great deal. It was our daughter's birthday and we had a nice dinner. Wife pulled me aside beforehand and told me she would understand if I didn't want her to go. I didn't see the harm in it and I guess it was our middle daughter, not the youngest one, and she's her mom. We had a nice dinner, although when the topic of pictures was discussed, she wanted to take a picture with me and my wife for Snapchat kids these days lol. Well, we took pictures and then my wife excused herself to the bathroom. It was taking quite a while, but our oldest went to go check on her and informed me her mother was in a stall crying, evident by all her makeup getting messed up. She kept apologizing about it, citing she wanted to do it alone and did not want to cause a scene and ruin her day. I feel like she is genuinely hurt. She will have to live with this for the rest of her life. Again, I hate seeing her upset, but there's only so much I can do. I have been going to the gym as a hobby. It's been helping me to blow off some steam while helping my health. Yes, 2 of her friends knew and they are both out of her life. One dropped my wife herself and the other my wife cut contact with. A co-worker of theirs also knew and my wife has cut contact with that person also. My wife is being nice but is maintaining her distance like I have asked. Everything just kind of seems like a standstill. She just goes to work, comes home and goes to therapy, not much else. Now when the kids go up to their rooms and I find myself alone with her, I just make myself busy with something else. When she talked about going to a psychologist, she told me all those reasons for the affair. Selfishness, her ego was stroked, did not think she would get caught. They never planned on leaving their spouses. Told her that reasoning was not good enough, but I have realized that no reason is really good enough to cheat. She has been hearing it from everyone. Everyone seems to be quick to lose her temper with her, including our kids. I tell them that she is still their mother and to be respectful towards her. She seems to just take it and has been isolating herself for most of the day except dinner time and in the evening. The kids are usually in their rooms and she just asked me if there is anything I would like to talk about. I let her know I don't want that much contact besides about the kids or other things. She does text me every day saying, "I love you, hope you're having a good day." I usually just say "you too." I think detaching might be necessary in order for our marriage to be stronger. I can't be codependent. She bought the book How to Help Your Spouse Heal and it came in today and she gave me it. Told me she thinks we should look over it together or I can do what I want with it. She already has a few books about this but told me this one has gotten good reviews, so we will see. Not much of a reader to be honest, but she is. Update. Feels like my life is a soap opera nowadays. My family and I are taking everything one day at a time. We have decided to reconcile, but we both know the marriage will never be like it was before. It's going to be led by me most of the time. Post-nup is being put in place to protect myself. My wife has a crap ton of work to do. She knows she does. I work out more now and am focused on my happiness. She has been expressing extreme gratitude, still reading her books and still going to individual counseling. My comment: doesn't pass the sniff test for me yet. Stay healthy and make sure you are making good decisions for yourself and your children first. Story 2. I'm a 40-year-old man who has been in a relationship with my girlfriend for about a year, and we are strongly considering marrying in the not-too-distant future. Early in our relationship, within the first month or so, I traveled to India for a month to conduct business. My liaison to the firm with which I was working was an attractive Indian woman in her early 22s. We spent a lot of time together during my visit and, although we maintained a professional relationship throughout the month, we genuinely did enjoy each other's company. A couple of days before I left the country, we decided to have dinner together. There was something different about that night, as, after dinner, we sat and talked for 2 hours over coffee. Neither of us consumed any alcohol at any time during the evening, by the way. We discovered a lot of common interests during the conversation that hadn't come up before, and when we were done, she asked me to walk her home. To make a long story short, we kissed at her door and she invited me up, where she performed job on me before we had slept together. I spent the night, we slept together in her bed and I left the next morning. In terms of my relationship at home, I didn't think much of it at the time. I know that because I had a girlfriend, I probably shouldn't have done this, but the relationship was so new at that point. Probably the wrong attitude, I know. But my question is this: now that my girlfriend and I are considering getting married, should I disclose to her that this happened? On the one hand, I wouldn't want to start off our marriage with a secret hanging over our heads. On the other hand, this was a long time ago and it may be better to just let sleeping dogs lie. For additional information, my workplace is no longer in business with the Indian company, so there is exactly zero chance that I will ever need to be over there again. And if, for some reason, the opportunity to go back in the future ever came up, I am able to decline. I have been tested for STD out of an abundance of caution. Clean as a whistle. She deserves to know and be free to make the decision about whether or not to continue on with me upon hearing the truth. I am aware that I made a poor decision and may suffer consequences because of it. I did enjoy sleeping with her. I'm not going to pretend that I didn't. I got the chance to sleep with a beautiful, much younger woman in a foreign country, with no strings to her attached. I don't know many men who would turn that down. It's human nature, my friend. If given the opportunity to have sleep with her again tomorrow, would I, in my current situation? No, I would not. My girlfriend, not yet fiancé, is 33. A little younger than me, but not really the definition of a lot. My comment: if he can't live with this without disclosing it to her and he cannot go forward with relationship with this on his chest and won't be able to have a healthy and functional marriage with her without disclosing this, then he should tell her. But as I said in an earlier post, that may relieve him of some of his guilt and make him feel better, but there is no nuts and bolts benefit for her. And whatever he did as a single man before they were seriously dating or in a committed relationship isn't any of her business unless he makes it her business. She isn't entitled to know what he has done in his personal life before her, just like he is not entitled to her private life before him.